Okay, this video will be posted on YouTube. You'll be able to find this video. Just type in the same title that's above and you'll be able to find it. It's going to be also on my Facebook page if you are trying to look for it, just in case something happens to this one that you are currently watching. I am one very pissed off mother. I am so pissed off that I've been trying to contain my own personal emotions about how I feel about this situation right now. I felt the need that everybody who goes to the base, everybody who is associated with the child care development centers, all of that youth centers, needs to know this story, because it is important as parents that we know what is going on where our children are at for like more than 50% of the day. Okay. My 5-year-old daughter has only been at the youth center for 3 weeks and she's already been molested. Yes. It was a child-on-child molestation, but at the end of the day, it is a molestation that happened to her. And I feel like people are just really trying to brush that aspect under the table, but I'm about to tell you what happened. Anyways. So my daughter decides to go to the bathroom, and mind you, the bathroom stalls, she said the door didn't lock, but another child was able to come into the bathroom, and that child licked my child's vagina. Yes. And then also on top of that, that child stuck her fingers in her own vagina and she put her own fingers in her own mouth. And at the time, she also was trying to not get caught, telling my daughter to be quiet, let's not get caught. And after that, I'm guessing that the caregivers had found them. I don't understand is how come that nobody realized that they were gone for that period of time to where something like this can happen. This should have never, ever happened. Given the fact that there was a first incident that happened on her first week at the daycare involving the bathroom situation of kids taking off their clothes and stuff like that, that they should have done something about it. But now they have neglected to do something about it. And this, how in the world are there that many staff in the facility not watching the kids or making account for the kids? This is our job. I worked this job. I worked at the daycare centers and things like that. I was like, there was always accountability for the children is the most important thing, and to make sure that something like this never happens. I've been fighting this for a few days now, and I kept getting told that I have to go up to the chain of command. If something like this happened, the base commander needs to be in my face. At the end of the day, he needs to be in my face. He needs to be the one talking to me. I was like, I don't want to have to go up the chain of command, because I said, this is serious. At the end of the day, if this was a commander's child, what would have happened? The whole CDC would have been shut down. The whole youth center would have been shut down. Everybody would have been fired. Everybody would have had to go. But because I'm a civilian, because I'm only working at the CDC and I don't have ranking, I get pushed to the side. My situation gets pushed under the bus. My situation is like, oh, who cares? It'll bypass. But I'm not letting this bypass. I just wanted all the parents out there that have their child going to the youth center or any development center on base, that you need to take this situation to heart. Because if it happened to my daughter, if it happened to my child, it very much well can happen to yours. Just like that. Just like that. And you'll be standing in the same situation as me if you don't do something about it. To me, my voice can only go so far. It's up to us as parents to make a decision for our children. I said at the end of the day, this is a military installation, man. We fight for other people all day, every day, for other situations that don't even matter. And then for our squadrons thing to be on sexual abuse, what do we do when it's with our kids? What if we do when it's a child on a child? To me, in my heart, and what I'm thinking is that that child got exposed, and now it exposed my daughter, and now she has been exposed, and we have to contain that and fix that beforehand so that it doesn't keep the chain going. People don't understand the situation of how bad it is. And for the chain of command to sit up there and tell me, let me tell you what the chain of command told me. The chain of command told me that my daughter was not a victim. They also told me that maybe the facility is too big for her. Maybe she needs like a smaller setting and things like that. How does the chain of command tell me that my daughter is not a victim? She had a tongue on her damn vagina. What do you mean she is not a victim? I don't understand that. Because at the end of the day, Fairfield PD says she was a victim. Fairfield PD said it was a crime. Regardless of the age, it's a crime. It might not be a crime to where they understand what had happened, but it's a crime. There's a crime within this that has happened. At the end of the day, it's like you can't take away what happened to my child. You can't take that aspect away. You can't reverse what happened to her. You can't fix that aspect. Like, that is said and done. I was like, she has never in her life have ever been through something like this. And for her to now go through something like this is devastating. It is absolutely devastating to me because now she has been exposed to something at a very early age that she didn't have to be exposed like that. She didn't have to be exposed like that. It could have been prevented. I feel like they are a little bit understaffed. Like, there's not enough people for the hallways and the bathrooms and things like this. But at the end of the day, nobody wants their child to be molested. Nobody wants their child to have to go through something like this and remember it for the rest of their life. She may not fully understand right now, but at the end of the day, when she gets older, it might come to her realization of what happened to her. So we need to do something, and we need to do something fast. We can't let this go by. If we let this go by, then shame on us. Shame on us as parents. Because at the end of the day, you guys drop your kids off. At the end of the day, you guys are allowing these people to watch them that are damn near not even watching them. On the first incident, my daughter was gone and the other child was gone for an hour. How is it that my daughter, the other situation, that the kids were gone for an hour and nobody knew where they were? Oh, we do an hourly check of the kids and to make sure that we can. That's not enough. You know how much can happen in an hour? Do you know how much can happen in an hour? Are you kidding me? An hour check and you think that that is okay? This is somebody's life. This is somebody's child. Act like you care. You guys need to act like you care. Molestation is real. Rape is real. Who knows? Maybe it's somebody that worked for the youth center that could have exposed that baby. Did anybody ever think about that? Did you guys ever try to sit the child down and ask her what is going on? Have an investigator talk to her to see where her mind is at? Maybe where she would have got this from? Have you guys thought about doing that? Maybe you could get some answers. Maybe she might point out who's been doing it. But instead, y'all are like prolonging this situation, taking your sweet time as if nothing ever happened. That's what it feels like to me. You know what? I'm not going to stop. And I'm going to keep and continue to make sure that everybody knows what's going on at the youth center. And that their babies are not safe. I suggested that we get a hall monitor. And you know what I was told? We're going to try. Of course, I had to throw out some ideas on to how to make that happen, given the fact that our center is going through renovations. But I was told that we will try. Where is the commander? Where is the commander that can sit up there and put that order in place? There needs to be a hall monitor strictly for the halls in the bathroom to count for the children that are going in there. It only takes a child a few minutes, not even 2 minutes, to probably use the bathroom and come out. We need to protect our children. Don't get so wrapped up in what's going on in the world when you can't even handle the little world that's around you. It's very sad and unfortunate that this had to happen to my child, but I am the one that completely understands that everything happens for a reason. I'm the one that says, you know what, I'm about to take this situation and I'm going all the way up with it. It is very unfair. It is very not right. It is very to the point to where somebody needs to do something about it. I'm not going up the chain of command. The chain of command is bogus right now. The chain of command is acting like they don't give a damn. That is what the chain of command is doing. I'm suggesting that you guys fix the chain of command. My daughter didn't ask for this, and that child sure didn't ask for it. Y'all need to fix this situation and fix it fast. Parents, again, listen to me. We have to stand together. We have to let them know that we are not okay with this situation. No child should ever have to go through a child molestation like this or any type of molestation. No child. Remember, she goes to the same facility as yours, or your cousins, or your nephews, or your niece. Hell, maybe even your grandkids. Take this to heart. Everybody needs to be riding the chain of commands behind, because this situation is only going to get worse if it doesn't get handled. At the end of the day, you know what happens next. I wonder, how easy would it be for somebody to rape a child up in there? Hell, the kids were gone for an hour. How easy would that be? No one's accounting for them for a whole hour. They're all right. They're fine. We'll go check on them in a minute, or we're going to continue texting on our phones, or we're going to go ahead and continue having our little conversation in our huddle. Is what I see staff doing. So I can't stress this enough. And I'm praying that you guys get behind me on this. I'm praying that you guys are able to take this to heart. I'm praying that you guys are able to help make this change happen for our children. For the ones that have been victimized, for the one that is doing the victimizing, whatever you want to call the one who's doing it, help is needed.